Hey blockheads, this is DJ AK from NK Airplay Radio, and if you love what the My So-Called Whatever podcast crew is doing, check us out too. NK Airplay is an online radio station playing all your favorite hits from the 80s and 90s, especially the ones from those boys in the band, New Kids on the Block. Listen to artists like Boyz II Men, Debbie Gibson, Tiffany, boy bands, girl bands, and many more. We play artists that are associated with or who inspired the New Kids on the Block, plus some of the artists that inspired us while we were growing up. Check us out on social media at NK Airplay Radio. And download the Live 365 app for your iPhone or Android phone and listen today.
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're FanGirling buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid gold. My so-called whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows, NKOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
What's up?
You know what? I think like now that we can like social distance outside, I think it might be time to do an outdoor episode at your house.
You can come to my deck and we can grill some scallops.
Yes, let's do it. Let's plan on it and do some boning.
Boning.
Or do an episode.
Well, yeah, we would do an episode.
Yeah.
We could do an episode. But yeah, we should do an episode.
Yeah.
Outside.
I'm game for that because I miss you. So
we can get some Wahlburgers.
yay!
Too. That sounds like fun.
Let's do
I like some
it.
Wahlburgers.
Let's do it. So anyway, we have a special episode for you today.
I would say we have a great episode.
And it has to do with bringing our friend Kaira on and talking about her new book. I'm really excited about her new book. It's called I'm FanGirling Snarky Stories and Boyband Memories by Kaira Williams.
Yay!
And I am like, let me just tell you, I say it on here, but I'm going to say it again. I read it when I first got it and I was happy to read it, just like she said, because it had cruise stories in it and we weren't going on the cruise anymore. So it was nice to read them. And I'd already read the stories, but it was nice to reread them after I had gone on the cruise. So, then I binge read it like right before our episode. And I love it. And you guys will too. So here's Kaira.
Here it is. This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
Oh, am I supposed to say it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. And this is Kaira, who was not paying attention to the rules.
That's okay.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Yay.
Welcome to the block party, Kaira. We ain't leaving out nobody. Not Kaira.
No.
Don't leave me out.
Yeah, we're so excited to have Kaira on. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited to be back.
The last time we had her on was November 22nd, 2017. Those were the
I was
old
going to
days.
say, it's been a while. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it
that's
that long?
crazy.
What'd you say?
It was that long ago?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I went back and I'm like, holy cow. I thought it was like maybe 2018, but it wasn't. It was when we first started.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, because she was like one of our first guests.
yeah, it was step number 38, block party number 30. That was
I
when
love
we
it.
were doing 2 a week. So we were, yeah, things were a little crazy.
I feel like I should have accomplished way more in the last 3 years.
Oh, stop.
You've accomplished so much,
Yes.
though.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a published writer.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that we need to put a real big asterisk next to that because it is self-published.
Still,
So
you're published. Hey.
anybody can do it. You just have to hit like upload.
Stop.
But still, I think it's awesome.
Yeah. It's awesome. Definitely.
And a lot of people wouldn't have like the gusto to do it.
Right.
Yeah. I love that. That's like what my internal monologue says. Like, okay, cool. That took some balls to just presume, you know. You have to pay for it, even though you could have read it for free. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, it's like I said, I was talking to Kaira before, and I appreciated the book form. I read the blog posts, but I appreciated the book form. I felt like I got more out of the book form. So there it is, right there.
Right.
Nikki said
and like I obviously am very familiar with the blog post. Haven't read the book form, but I'm excited to because like Nikki, you said it was different. It's different.
Yeah.
You guys,
Because you could kind of expect.
I feel like we had trouble the last time that we were on.
Yeah.
I feel like we had trouble.
I think I'm bad luck for audio.
Because I feel like I remember, like, that was my first. I think you were were you the first remote guest that we had?
I think she was. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think she was our first, like,
yes.
guest
Oh
like
my
that.
word. Yes. And it was like nerve-wracking to me because I was like, oh my gosh, it's got to be perfect. And it wasn't because we didn't have like the sound capabilities that we have now. But
right. I think we were on Skype.
Yeah. This is much better. The sounds.
Did we do Skype or did we just do like a phone call?
We may have done just a phone call, and I may
don't
have just
remember,
like recorded speakerphone. Like,
yeah,
things were pretty low tech.
Things were pretty ratchet back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you gotta fake it till you make it.
So tell us a little bit what has been going on with you since 2017.
Oh my gosh, where do I even start? No, I'm just kidding. No, not a lot, actually. A lot of the same old stuff. Trying to do comedy wherever possible, although the last 3 months have been quiet.
Yeah. How's that been for you? Because you're like such an outgoing person.
Yeah, it has been a nightmare.
Oh.
Luckily, I basically moved in with my sister and my nephew for the duration because if I would have stayed in this, I live in like a tiny little box of an apartment. So if I would have stayed here by myself for 3 months without being able to socialize, I have no idea what would have happened.
Well, that's good that you were with your sister.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now, does she have kids?
Just the one. He's 12 years old.
Okay.
He's kind of an a-hole.
Okay.
He's handsome. It's all get out, though. Very handsome.
Oh, my gosh. So that was like, I'm sure that was interesting because, like, to go from, like, I mean, I have a 12-year-old and I have a 14-year-old and they're kind of crazy. And
yeah, it's a weird time for them.
It's a very weird time. That is the right word. It is different. And
it's a weird emotional time.
Yeah, and especially being like caged up with them.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
That was different. That was way different. Yeah. So, well, we're almost out of it. Well, hopefully we're almost out of it on the other side. And
I know.
Do you have plans to go to Boston?
I don't. I wasn't planning on it because I was going to blow my budget on the cruise.
Right.
And then now I don't think that they're going to be able to hold the concert.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make logical sense. But if they do, I have a tendency to try to finagle my way in last minute. So
yeah, well, that will be good. I'm optimistic. I don't know how it's going to happen. So, but I'm just like, hey, maybe it will. Hey, maybe by some stretch it will happen.
Yeah.
So
I'm really, really hopeful.
Yeah.
Really hopeful. And if it does go, then I really, really hope that we see you there.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen you since almost a year ago.
GPS night,
Well,
2018.
no, since Boston last year.
Boston
Oh my gosh, that's right. We saw each other in Boston. That's right.
Yeah.
I was like, GPS
for like a
night.
second.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was hopping all over the country last summer.
Yes, you were. Wow.
It was so fun.
That was great. That I would have loved to do. Like, I would have loved to at least do a concert in California, somewhere in California. That would have been fun, or Las Vegas. That would have been fun. Did you do Vegas?
I didn't. I did LA.
Okay, so the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, it was so cool, but it rained, of course.
Of course it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Curse of the New Kids.
Yeah.
But it was really cool because I saw like 6 celebrities in the crowd.
You did? Who?
Yeah. Well, Jillian Bell was like 3 rows behind me.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen. Do you know who that is?
No.
Have you ever seen like Workaholics?
Yes. Oh my God, is she Jillian?
Jillian, yeah.
The what? Yes. I have a screenshot of her like computer screen, and it says like something, Jillian, please turn down NSYNC or something like that. And I have like a screenshot of it from Workaholics. I love Workaholics. Yes. Yep.
So she saw me kind of like look at her with a look of recognition and ran up to me and asked if I wanted to take a picture. I was like, yes, I do.
Yes.
And then like all the girls from Fuller House were a few rows behind me as well.
Oh wow.
Lance Bass was there.
Oh, Lance, my favorite.
Yeah, like it was insane. There were so many people there.
What a fun concert.
I know. It was really fun.
So where were your seats for that concert?
I had a bar stool for that one.
Okay.
That's the only time I will ever have a seat that good.
And it was amazing. And it was amazing at Hollywood Bowl just because it's so different.
It was, except a lot of the action was happening behind me.
Oh.
Because there's another stage or like a ridge kind of behind. So I did feel a little bit like, oh, all right, well. If it was a regular venue. But I mean, that's like if I had to choose something to complain about with a gun fight.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your book because I'm really excited about it. I've read it twice now, and I binged it like just in the past couple days just because I wanted to before we talked to you. And so did you just decide one day, hey, I'm gonna publish this book? And
I mean, kind of. I've been talking about trying to take some of my blogs, like in general, like I'll call them my civilian blogs, and putting them into a book just because for one thing, I lost my website that hosted all of my blogs like a year and a half ago. So I had to like get some internet dork friends of mine to help me find web archives and like salvage whatever I could. So I don't even have like any of my blogs. Luckily, I found all of the New Kids ones because they were saved in one place altogether. So yeah, I don't have anything else. I know, but it's not like I was writing like the great American novel. I was like
still though those. I mean, I love them. I love them.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yeah,
because I would read your other blog posts too. Like,
yeah.
Oh, even unrelated to New Kids? That's a really high compliment. Thank you so much.
Yes, because you're funny and I like your
funny.
perspective on things.
I really appreciate you saying that. That's really nice.
Well, you tell it how it is, and no apologies, and I like that.
Oh yeah, I left my shame on the side of the road a long time ago. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to do something. I never really had the time to sit down and like format everything and go back through everything because I'm going to say grinding, even though I hate when people say that. I'm always grinding at my day job, and then like just trying to gig for stand up at night, and then like I write comedy and perform sketch comedy with my troupe Funny Girl, so it's just like really, really, really busy most of the time. So COVID actually gave me an excuse to spend some time and put this book together. And then when I heard that the cruise was being postponed and then later canceled, I figured, okay, well, this will be a nice thing for me because I'll get to revisit all the memories instead of just being sad about not being able to go on the cruise.
Yeah.
and hopefully it'll be a fun thing for other blockheads to kind of, relive some of the cruise moments. And I asked for people to send me pictures to put in it so that people, would feel even more connected to it. And I wanted it to kind of be a little bit like a yearbook, but like a yearbook that, I don't know, like the snarky senior who always skips classes wrote.
Well, I feel like I connected to it like that. I mean, I'm just going to say, especially since 2 of my pictures are in there. Just saying.
Hey!
Thank you. No, I loved the photos. That was my favorite part, because it just added to the stories too. And I'm glad that other people submitted them. I wish there would have been more. Like, I wanted more, but I totally get it. Like, you have to keep the pages down. So,
well, that's not even. I mean, I would have published 100 more pages of pictures. I just was trying to really. This is going to sound terrible, but I was trying to rush the production of the book to be released on the day we would have embarked on the cruise.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of ran out of time to even like let people know that I was looking for pictures. Yeah. I really only gave people like a week to send me anything.
Well, that's
my fault.
That makes sense. Well,
yeah.
You got some great pictures. Just for the amount of time that you had. They're great pictures.
I cannot believe people have amazing quality pictures from the cruise. Yeah. I'm doing a terrible job as a cruiser.
Well, I think that like alcohol has something to do with it too. When like, because my pictures were all like blurry and like some feet and like
No, you can definitely tell my pictures from like there was one night I drank a lot, and then another night I drank like so, and then there was another night that I didn't drink as much. You can tell the difference between those nights
the quality
and my
of
photo
images.
Quality.
Yeah.
And like what I took pictures of. Like, oh, is that a picture of a foot? Probably had too many Trulies.
Yeah.
Is that a picture of like Nikki's hand doing like this?
Yeah.
Probably had another one too many shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
You probably thought you were capturing some like profound moment.
Yes.
Yes. It just makes no sense out of context the next day.
Kind of like the time you thought you were recording Joe singing to me and you didn't.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah,
thank
God.
Goodness for Michelle.
But Brooke was like, had her phone like this, so I'm like, thank God she got it. She got it. No. And then Brooke's like, Nikki, there's no video.
Oh no. Yeah, no. I didn't. When I went to stop the video is when it actually started. Like I thought I had hit record, so I was standing there the whole time with my phone.
Wow.
But thank the Lord for Michelle.
Yes. Yes.
That is one thing I love about this fandom. Like even if nobody is around you, somebody somewhere will take a picture or a video of your special moment, and the internet will get it to you.
Yes. It's crazy. It's so crazy. It's just that moment. I just like put it out there. I was like, hey, if anybody was at Mohegan Sun on July 17th or whatever it wasn't July 17th. That's like the start of our podcast. But, if you guys had anything of Joe singing to a girl, that was me. And I'd love to have it. I got flooded. Like I got tons of pictures, tons of video. Like it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I try to do the same thing now. Like I try to get those moments, and I did on the cruise, but like, I don't know what I was filming, or I don't know. I was trying to film something great and just was somebody's ear. I don't know.
The cruise is different, man.
Yeah.
It's a different animal. But I just think that's such a cool thing about the fandom, that it's like on purpose, we will make sure we shoot, everything. Somebody's got your back just in case. And I just think that's a really cool thing that's kind of like made its way through the fandom.
Yes. It's like just GPS night. Like randomly, John decided to stop and talk to Brooke and I. And we just were having a conversation. And somebody across the way knew my name and was like, hey, Nikki, you want me to airdrop these to you? I took pictures of you and John. I'm like, yes. That would be awesome. So,
what a time to be alive.
It's seriously.
For real.
So crazy. But yeah, this fandom is like no other. I truly believe that. And because we have those kind of people that want to do that for you. I mean, maybe it's the same with like, I don't know, Harry Styles or, you know.
Man, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think it's pretty unique.
Yeah. That's another reason that I wanted to put all of these cruise blogs into a book. Like, I consider this book like a love letter to the blockheads, man. It's an unabashed, like, gritty, sometimes things suck. It's not all flowers and rainbows.
Yes.
Look inside the fandom, but I think it's also a crash course into the fandom because I was learning in real time as I was experiencing these things, like kind of what the culture is and like, and you learn we've got all these inside jokes and all these, you know, terms and things. So that's why I included the glossary so that nobody would feel left out.
Yeah. No, that was fantastic. Very well done with the glossary.
Also, because non-fans were buying it, I feel like not really understanding what they were buying.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want them to get it and be like, what is this? It's just the cruise? Like, you know.
No. What I appreciated most was the first time I read your blog was before I went on the cruise. And so when I got the book, that was the first time I was, besides reading the 2018 cruise, because I read those blog posts, but it was the first time I reread the other blog posts like after, and I could visualize. Like I was like, it was a better visual for me, like going through the motions with you. And I think it hit more because I was like, yes, okay. Like I felt that way as a first time cruiser, and I didn't realize I was going to feel that way. So it was very accurate. Your first cruise story is like, if anybody wants to know what it's like to be a first time cruiser, the first story in Kaira's book is like right on, because you do go in with a little, even though we've always said don't go in with any expectations, don't go in, you do have some expectations,
of course,
and those are,
you do.
You know what I mean? Like you do,
yeah,
right,
I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Yes.
I had those expectations all 3 years.
Yes.
Even though I knew better.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought something like, this is it. This is going to be the day.
Yeah.
You have to keep that hope alive, I think.
I think it's fun too. I mean,
Me too.
I went through the disappointment with you in the third one though. Like I went through, like I felt it. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I want people to read the story. But like I was like living it with you, especially when I just did this binge. I was like, yeah, oh my gosh, because I was there the night in the after party. I was there.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I remember that. But so
that was a mess.
So it was, and just the way you explained the after party and like the excitement of getting the bracelets and, you know, experiencing that was too, like reading it beforehand, I was excited and I really wanted to go, but I honestly was not sure that I would be able to go. So I didn't want to get my hopes up for that. But then when we actually got to go, I'm like, okay, so this is what it's like. All right, okay. And then rereading it afterwards, I'm like, okay, now I can live it because I know what it looks like and I know the feeling. And so it was very well done.
Thank you. I just like to tell the truth, you know. One little funny tidbit is that I thought I was doing so amazing by getting it released and ready to order by the day that the cruise was supposed to take off. And I was like, yes, I'm going to be like the savior for all of these sad blockheads. We'll all rejoice and remember together. And then new kids were like, no, we got you. We're going to do a virtual cruise.
You're like, shit.
Yep. And I was like, okay. Yep. Probably didn't need to rush that release.
Oh.
But I mean, it was amazing that they did that.
Right,
I didn't realize in my it just kind of deflated my sense of, I don't know, really, my sense of heroism.
Well, I mean, you were doing something. I think that it came across, at least it did for me, that you were doing something. So we had at something. Because I don't think any of us expected them to do a virtual cruise. So,
Oh yeah,
No.
we
No,
wouldn't even
definitely
know what that would look like.
I mean, so for me, I took it as that.
Well, and there's probably a lot of people that like have ordered the book that are not familiar with the blog posts.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I didn't anticipate really anybody wanting to buy it, and that's why I chose a venue like the Lulu.com is a website that like you don't have to buy bulk books ahead of time and then try to sell them yourself and like get stuck with a bunch of
Oh,
inventory.
yeah, that would suck.
It's just they just print per order and then take care of all the shipping and stuff. So I literally just had to upload it and then I just get a portion of every sale. So it's super easy, and I mean, yeah, I don't even remember where I was going with that, and I apologize.
No, but it's also super easy to order too. And I was on the old website, and I guess they have a new website now, and it was
Yes,
super
that was
easy
the
to
whole thing.
order, and like it came really quick. I was really surprised with how fast it came because I was
Yeah,
thinking it was going to take a long time.
Well, yeah, because
I
you
mean-
think if they print all the books, if they print it when you order it,
Yeah, no, it came like
that's
right away.
impressive.
Yeah. I was really, really pleased with how easy it was and how how professional it looks, which sounds
Yeah.
weird, but
No, I'm
No,
gonna
but
be
it doesn't
honest.
sound
I
weird.
was too, like, because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to
Yeah.
expect because I knew you were self-publishing, and I've seen some self-published books.
me too. You're like, am I going to get some copier paper that's stapled in the
Yeah,
middle?
correct. And so when I got it, I'm like, this is legit. Like, this is like, I just ordered this on Amazon, or I just went in like Barnes and Noble and got it. Like, it's
I know.
legit.
I'm telling you, we're living the fake it till you make it.
It's awesome. And
What a business, you guys! Like, what a business!
yes. And
That's amazing.
I don't know. After I read it, I'm just gonna put it out there because after I read it, I wanted more. So I feel like you're gonna have to like dig like in your memory bank and like write stuff about your other experiences because everybody's gonna want more after this.
I do want to write more, and I mean, just in general about the fandom. Like, I don't even know if it'll be like event specific or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to write something. I don't even know what format it's going to take yet, but I just think I'm so fascinated by this fandom on so many different levels. And I think that the world deserves to know more about it and should know more about it.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, I mean, I have a press release for this book that my friend helped me put together. So I'm going to be sending it out soon. And I'm just kind of hoping that like anybody who's in any fandom can appreciate it because it's like you understand the underlying, kind of love and connection and community.
Yeah.
And also frustration and politics and hierarchy
Yes. Yes.
and things like just like weird little cliques that remind you of middle school. Like it's just everything's so interesting about it. I just would love to write an expose, but like in a good way.
For sure. And
I would love that so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's so much to it.
Yeah. Like I want to do interviews. I'm talking like an actual breakdown of the politics. I mean, people aren't going to like it at that point, but
I would love it.
I was gonna say I'm
I
there
would be-
for it. I'm there.
Yes. Take all my money.
Yes.
Take it. I want to read it.
I mean, I always try my best not to be mean or hurtful with anything that I write. And I don't really think mean or hurtful thoughts about people in general.
Right.
But, I like to observe what I see. And if I can do that in a way that's just humorous and not hurtful, then I will do that.
I mean, you did it in the book with like the breakdown of the photo groups, like
Oh my gosh.
with the guys. That was seriously, that was funny. Like you've gotta laugh. Like you just have to laugh because sometimes we take it too seriously, and
For
we have to
sure.
laugh.
I 100% agree with that sentiment. And did I tell you that I read the Donnie's roast portion to him out loud on our Zoom call?
Did you really? What did he
Like
say?
right to his face, I did it. He laughed, but he also was like a little bit like, all right. Which is fair. That's like a fair reaction.
Yeah.
But like if you saw the picture, like
yeah. I showed him. I'm like, this is what you were wearing, like just to be fair.
yeah. No, sometimes we take ourselves a little too seriously in this fandom too. And
Amen.
And I feel like we have to laugh. Like I make fun of myself a lot. Because I do take it seriously. I mean, we have this podcast and, I take the podcast seriously, but sometimes I'm like a little bit too much. And it's just like, all right, dial it back. This is like fun. This is like supposed to be fun. And
exactly. There's a balance.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, obviously, anybody who, I'm going to say like at our level, because you know that there are levels. It's like multi-level marketing.
Yeah.
And anybody who's kind of at our level of engagement, obviously we take it somewhat seriously.
Yes.
I'm not like, this isn't one running bit where I'm going to be like, just kidding, I don't even like them at the end.
Right. I mean, you have the New Kids on the Block tattoo.
I do. Mm-hmm.
I still haven't decided on mine yet, but I am getting one. But it needs to speak to me, and I'm not going to get it until it speaks to me. So I don't know. That's one of those things. Like I am taking that seriously because I want it to speak to me, and then I will get it, and it might just be NKOTB, and that's great. But it might be something else. Who knows? But I'm gonna get it because that's how into it. I'm in it to win it. So you start with the 2016 for your first cruise.
Yes.
What would you say on that cruise was like your best memory?
From the 2016, I think all of it, just like the overarching like camaraderie and I mean, just the friendships. It sounds so cheesy and like everybody says it, but everybody says it.
No, it's real.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. Yeah, everybody says it because that's what it is.
Right.
Yeah. And I felt like I was finally like in on it,
Mm-hmm.
And it just was like a really warm, good feeling. But I think probably the best memory, like specifically, would be GPS night,
Mm-hmm.
where we literally just danced and danced and danced and danced and danced until the sun came up, and then it was just, I don't know, it was so magical.
Okay, so you talked about this about Cruise X. I was wondering why I didn't get that moment because I thought we were going to dance and dance and dance until the sun came up.
Right?
And I was like, wait a second, it's over? What's happening?
It was like so abrupt.
Right. It was. I'm like, I'm not ready to go home yet. Like
that really shook me.
I was in it for more. I stayed until like people, like there were like not a whole lot of people around me. I was just like, is this like seriously? Like nobody's coming back? This is it? Really?
Yep. I know. That was it. That was me exactly. Like I wish I would have seen you on Lido then at that point, because then you and I could have like gone
right. We would have been like, what? Like what's going on? Nobody told me about this.
Everybody around me just seemed annoyed that I was so concerned about it.
Well, I was all by myself. Like I was looking for Brooke. I didn't know where she went. Because at that point, I was just like, there.
Yeah, I didn't know where you went.
I was just, I was staying. I stayed there. I stayed until everybody was leaving because I was like, nah, there's no way this is over.
So wait a second. Hold on. I think I'm confused.
Okay.
So GPS night.
Right.
GPS morning.
Right.
So like, okay. So I was there. We were there.
Yeah.
Donnie did his thing.
Right.
But it was like light out.
No, it wasn't. It was dark.
It was only like 3 or 4 in the morning, I think.
Yeah.
I thought it was later than that.
No.
Like truly thought it was later than that.
We got like 2.5 hours sleep.
I don't remember getting any sleep.
At least.
Mm-hmm. I don't really remember. I don't really remember sleep.
Yeah.
I remember because I was like so outraged in the moment.
Well, everybody had talked about staying up till the sun came out, and like than just leaving. And that's what I was prepared for. And I didn't hear that like there were like noise ordinances or whatever, that you couldn't do that. So I just assumed, I was like, did something happen? Or, I was really confused. And then when you mentioned it in the book, I was like, oh, so that's why. But everybody else seemed to like be in on it. Like they knew, yeah, it's over. And I'm just like, no, wait. People told me there would be sunlight. Like we could see the sunrise.
I thought that was so weird too. Like it was some information that I just like missed for a minute.
Yeah. So we must have been on opposite ends. Like just.
Yeah.
So were we in Miami? Like were we in Miami?
Yeah, we must have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm getting confused with it being morning time, but it was just like we were in Miami, like we were there.
Yeah,
like we were back.
Right, because when I stayed down there for a while, and then I came up, and you and Maria were in the room.
That was before.
Oh, that was before. Okay, sorry.
That was before. I remember leaving after Donnie's thing, and I remember kind of being like, I guess that's it. And then I went into the food area.
Yeah, I didn't go. I stayed.
And I wanted pizza. But, like, you couldn't get pizza or something. And other people had pizza, and I was like, I'm jealous of your pizza.
I can't believe they shut down the pizza. That's, like, the one thing you can count on that cruise.
I think it was because it was, like, time to go. Almost.
Yeah.
I never got the pizza. Oh,
my gosh. That mushroom pizza.
I don't know. Where was I when you had pizza and I didn't?
I don't know. I think there was one night that Maria and I,
when I went to the after party.
There was a night that Maria and I went and had pizza, and we sat there until like 6:00 in the morning.
Oh,
so I think you were in the room.
Okay, maybe I just decided to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was like...
Yes.
I didn't understand what was going on, and you cleared that up for me. So thank you, because that was like a missing piece that I finally got the answers. So thank you.
Oh, I feel like a New Kids on the Block investigative reporter.
Yes. Honestly, I still was wondering. Like, it was obviously not like I wasn't like not going to sleep every night. Like, why? But it was in the back of my head. And when I like put the book down, I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
I mean, I don't like 100% know that that's true. Somebody told me that. And so I'm basically just like spreading gossip. But it makes sense. It like sounds right. Yeah. Because
why would they just not do it the last cruise when they've done it every time? So.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. 70s night on the last cruise.
Yes.
I thought your costume was amazing, but I didn't get to see Sunny. I don't think I saw Sunny.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw you, but I think I saw like half Sunny.
Yeah, Megan was all over the place that night.
Well, I mean, like, I don't think she had her costume on.
Yeah, she changed pretty quickly. But I was like, cool, now it's just me wearing this dumbass outfit.
But it looked amazing. No, it looked amazing. And you got like you could tell she was Sunny. So it was like an awesome idea. I just thought 70s night was so much fun, and I totally felt the same, like going through 70s night with you guys. I was like on the same page, because that was like the night that I had a little bit too much, and you know, knowing my limits, and yeah, so I could relate. I could totally relate to that post, to that story.
Even when it rained, it was like more fun when it rained.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so 70s.
Wait, it rained?
I don't remember it raining.
It was a very short burst. And I just took note because I spent so much time straightening all like 7 feet of my hair. Oh. And then it rained for like 5 seconds and ruined everything.
Oh, that's no
Your
fun.
hair was super long.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I forgot your hair was that long.
Yeah.
It was really long.
It was a lot.
Yeah, I don't remember that it rained. Or, you know, it may have been when I took a break to go to the room and have another drink.
Yeah.
or mix another drink or whatever I did with the drink. That was the night that I drank too much.
Yeah, both of us. And when it was like both of us, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
nobody's taking care of either of us tonight. Hey.
Hey.
Listen, if you guys only have one night where that happened, you're doing amazing.
So I have to be very full. I do not drink ever
Me either.
anymore. So it doesn't take a whole lot. And I am so afraid of getting sick.
Yeah.
It's that's a real fear.
Yeah. Yeah. And I should have. I wish, I don't know if you know that feeling, you wish you could, just get it over with and get sick and be done with it. But it was worse because I couldn't. And so I reeked the next day. It was coming out of my pores. Standing next to Joey McIntyre, just
booze?
Oozing booze. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you just have to live in the spins and I hate that.
Yeah.
But I never really get to that point anymore because I am a professional. It takes I learned during COVID quarantine that vodka really doesn't even get me buzzed anymore, no matter how much I drink.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No,
So we're taking a little break from vodka for a minute.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I used to, but I don't know. I'm boring now. I don't go out or anything or do anything. And so the closest I have are strawberritas, and when we have Zoom nights or an Angry Orchard, that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
pretty
wish
much just think truly.
Yep.
I long for the days when I could just sip on something and get a nice buzz. But you guys are doing more things with your you're being parents and life partners and things like that. So that seems like it would take up a lot of energy that I'm not spending on those things. So
I don't know. I work from home, so I could there are days that I have been I'm glad that I don't have anything in the house because today would be one of those days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I could see where I could, but
What, drink?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I could see some opportunities where I could drink a little too much.
Oh, for sure. And especially during COVID, that's when I started getting I was hey, okay,
oh my gosh, amen.
it's 11 o'clock. Let's do this. Whatever.
For real. There are so many nights when I'm back working in the office now, but when I was working at home, there were so many nights that I felt like it was 2002 again, and I could sit and binge watch Queer as Folk and drink bottles of wine by myself.
Yes, and listen to some early 2000s hip hop, and
oh my gosh,
that's what I was doing one night. I listened. I thought I was 22 again, I guess, but
right. But then you're very swiftly reminded
the next day.
Oh wait, no,
it's
you are 40.
Come on, I didn't even do anything. Give me a break. So yeah, I definitely feel it the next day, and that I've told the story numerous times, but that was the first photo op that I was like, Brooke, I can't do it. I can't go. I just can't. And Brooke's like, what are you talking about?
Oh, the one on the cruise?
Yeah, you're talking nonsense. You have to go.
Yeah.
And I'm
You better rally.
You were talking out of your butt.
I was I can't pull myself together. I can't. And you were like, you're going to go.
No, I remember standing there with you in the lobby area
with my sunglasses on. I had my
and
sunglasses
you were like,
on.
I can't do this. I need to go back to the room. I can't do this.
Oh, God.
And you're like, no, it's fine. It's fine. And I'm like, you will hate yourself if you don't do this.
I would have too. Too. Because
Yeah,
I felt like I was more talkative, which was good, I guess. I was a lot more talkative than I would have been. I just didn't want to say anything stupid. So, which I probably would have if I wasn't. So, I don't know.
I don't remember what I said. I said something to Jordan you're going to be on the podcast.
Ooh, cool.
I did. I got ballsy. Hey, Jordan Knight, I love you.
He's
and
okay.
You really should listen to this podcast. You're going to be on it. And he was like, okay.
Speaking of Jordanite, I have to say, like, another point in your stories, you mentioned, like, you were here when Joey and Jordan were doing their solo stuff. You wanted to hear three things. You want to hear Jordan saying, give it to you.
Give it to you, yeah.
I couldn't think of the song for a second. I can't believe it. And I had Darren's dance grooves too. And I learned the moves too.
Of course.
And that's what I wanted to hear. And I also wanted to hear Joey sing I Love You Came Too Late and Stay the Same. That's all I asked for in life. I just want to hear those three things. And you got to hear two of them. So that's good.
I did. I was really, really relieved to hear that. But it doesn't make up for the 5 minutes of meditation.
Oh my gosh. That was so funny reading that. Oh my word.
It was so awkward.
I don't know. Like, I get it. No, I understand. Like,
I was just waiting for him to, like, say something or, like, prove it was just a bit. But he legit just quietly meditated for 5 minutes. I'm just waiting, though, for, like, my biggest fear about putting this book out is that the girl who I'm talking about in the text that I screenshotted and put in the book.
Yes.
The girl in, like, the row in front of me, whatever seat. I'm worried that somebody's going to remember the exact seat they were in and be like, this bitch.
Oh, my God.
And then they'll send me an angry DM.
Oh, but seriously, whatever.
They were glaring at me.
Oh, I have to say, Brooke, when were we glaring at somebody? We were.
What? We were glaring at somebody?
Oh, that's right. We got into it. We've never talked about this.
What, a girl?
Should we talk about it?
Wait, something happened and I was like I said something.
Yes, we were in line for the after party. We were in line at the after party and some girl like yelled at us. And
no, we weren't in line. We were going somewhere. And she thought we were like cutting the line.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't remember what I said. I don't remember.
You said, bitch.
I did say something about like, don't be a bitch.
Yeah. And she was like,
what? We're not cutting the line. Don't be a bitch.
Whoa. We don't want to fight here. That's what I said. Because Brooke was ready to throw down. I was pretty sure.
I wasn't. I really wasn't because I don't throw down. Like, let's face it. I don't do that.
No, but you were mad. You were mad.
I was mad because she was a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, just gonna put that out there. Like, she was being a bitch. Guess what? Sometimes I'm a bitch.
Oh, yeah. I am most of the time.
Like, it's fine.
But we weren't trying to cut. We weren't trying to cut or anything. And
no, we were just trying to figure out. Like, I don't remember what we were trying to figure something out.
We were trying to figure out what line we're supposed to be in.
Right, because there were 2 lines.
And she was like, "We all have bracelets," and I'm like, we're newbies at this. Like, we have no idea what we're doing. We're just asking.
Right.
Jeez.
I always tell people to assume positive intent. You know.
Yeah.
Like, just because somebody's doing something doesn't mean they're like intentionally trying to harm you.
Right.
I mean, assume positive intent when it comes to things that are like innocuous. Obviously, not when it comes to like, you know, abuse.
Right. Right. Correct. Correct.
Right.
Like in these unprecedented times, I feel the need to qualify that.
No, true. But in lighter things, like if you do that, I watched a TikTok that like changed my way of thinking. And if you think like the positive end of it, like every time instead of like immediately going to the negative, it changes everything. But there's a lot of people that can't do that.
It really does, because you know what? Instead of that girl like putting her arm out and saying something about us like not being in the right line or cutting the line, she could have been like, "Do you girls know what line you're supposed to be in?" Like,
right.
She could have been nice about it.
Like,
yeah, she could have at least been passive aggressive.
Right. No, right.
Or guess what? She could have just minded her own fucking business.
Do you know how I know that you two are not from the Midwest like I am?
Oh.
Because we are Midwest nice, and I would never ever do that. I would just go, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," and apologize.
That's what I did. I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. And Brooke's like, bitch.
But then I would turn around and talk so much shit to everyone.
Yeah.
Or I would write it in a book.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it. I liked going through the motions with you in the book and you being honest about like the things that bothered you. And when you were hoping that Donnie would bring you up on stage and then he went and reached for Megan and you were like, same motions. I would have the same emotion too. Like
Yeah.
I would just, I felt for you. And I guess that's what made it really real and really relatable. So I think other people would really enjoy that too.
I'm really glad that you feel that way. I was worried it would come across as just like me whining or throwing like
Absolutely
a
not.
tantrum. But
Absolutely not.
no, you got to be honest with what you're feeling in the moment. Like,
I think everybody would feel that way.
Yeah, man, that sucked.
And if they didn't, I think I don't know. Maybe there's some people. I think the majority of people would feel that way because give me a break. Let's just be honest with everybody here. When you go on the New Kids on the Block cruise, of course you would want one of the guys to like be like, come up on stage or
Yeah.
hey, or you know what I mean? Hey, let's dance together. Yeah. If like I was standing there and all of a sudden somebody else like reached over me and Joe reached over me and was like, hey, you, and like reached through me, I'd be like, hello.
I recognize that it's something so silly to get upset about, but also that like, whatever. We all have egos and we all have our little snippets of our teenage selves, I guess.
Yes, for sure. I mean, so yes, it was totally relatable and didn't come off that way at all. So.
I also didn't want to like villainize Megan because she was just living her best life. She had no idea, like she's not in the fandom. She doesn't understand like the
Right.
time and sweat and blood and tears that we've put into it.
Right.
So she was just like, what?
No, you totally didn't. At all. I loved the way that you kept saying like she was just living her best life. Like she was doing her thing. Like that's what she was doing. And you were happy for her doing her thing. Read it. And you guys can, the blog posts aren't available anymore. So you're not going to be able to read them online.
Right.
So you have to read the book.
If you have not read the blog post, and I haven't read the blog post in ages because I haven't read the book.
Right. So
I'm going to read the book because I can't wait to read it again.
There was so much that I forgot. And especially if you're one of those people that maybe you read them before you went on the cruise and now you've experienced the cruise. And I know there's a lot of people out there that did that. You're going to want to read them again because now you can totally like walk through the motions and it's more relatable.
Such kind words. I'm going to just transcribe that and insert it into the back cover.
Hey, I'm a happy...
Perfect, you should.
I'm a happy reader. Happy reader number 1.
You heard it here first.
Yes. Yeah.
Endorsed.
Yeah. So
Stamped.
it's super easy, you guys, to get her book. The book is called I'm Fangirling Snarky Stories and Boyband Memories by Kaira Williams. Just tell us how you can go about going. We're going to post all this on our website. So you guys can go right on our website and you can get all the information you need to order her book. And we're also going to put it in the group and everything. So that way you guys can get to it very easily. But just like if you can let us know how to get there.
Yeah. I don't know the exact like URL for my book, but if you don't have the link, you can just go to lulu.com. That's LULU.com. And then in the search bar, type in I'm Fangirling, and my book is the only one that comes up.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, thank you. Easy. Thank you. Also, we'll put your socials out there because you're going to want to follow her. She's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And
if you don't already, she has great posts.
Yes, and inaccurate and inappropriate.
Yeah, that one's a little stagnant right now, but
but still, I mean, we've got
backlog.
Yes, so you can go and get caught up.
Yes. If you do follow me though, fair warning, I do a lot of body positive posts, so you will see some form of my butt. And I was
gonna say I have definitely seen your butt.
Yeah. 100%. The CEO of my company has seen my butt. My grandma, my little cousin.
Aw. So yeah, totally go and follow her. What is your like Twitter and Instagram?
Twitter and Instagram are the same. They are at Kaira J. So that's KAIRAJAYE.
Awesome. And we'll put those on the site too.
Yep.
Sweet.
Well, this has been fun. And yeah. And
2.5 years later.
One more thing. The conga line was unexpected cardio.
Oh my God, right?
I was dying. I was like, okay, we can end it now. We can stop.
I couldn't believe I was like, we're going upstairs?
Oh my word.
I have never jogged a day in my life, and I did not anticipate starting then.
I was like trying to be like dancy, but
Yeah.
I was so out of breath. I was like, as soon as I got to like Jenny and all that, I'm like, so it did not look good. As a like really out of breath fisherman, did not look good.
Oh my God.
Or I was a lobsterman, but they said fisherman, so I'm whatever you want me to be.
Said fisherman.
I'm whatever you want me to be.
It's called a lobsterman?
Lobsterman.
Okay.
That's what I was. Yep.
So, like, what if you're a crab fisherman? Are you a crabman?
Well, Brooke was my lobster. So I was like, I caught a lobster and she's my lobster and I'm the lobster man and she's the lobster. That's why I was a lobsterman, but really I was just a fisherman.
Okay.
But I see what you're saying. Like if you catch crab, are you a crab man? No, I don't know.
I don't know.
In Maine, they're lobstermen.
Yep. They have like specific like they have specific buoys that they use.
Boobies?
Buoys.
I was like, okay, this starts at breastfeeding. Okay.
And they're each like colored a different, like each lobsterman has their own like color scheme of buoy. And like you get it passed down. So like you can't steal somebody else's buoy design.
Oh.
Like there's certain colors, like the rings are a certain way. It's really interesting. It's really like a passed down, like a lot of people pass it down. Like if your father's a lobsterman, then you probably are a lobsterman. And
very generational.
yes. I mean, I don't know how generational it is now, but it used to be very generational because like it was hard to get in it if you weren't, or if your family wasn't already in it.
Like the lobster mafia.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
And oh my gosh, that should be a reality show.
People would cut people's buoys. They would like cut them and like, so they'd like float away.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
Let's pitch this.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your lobster information.
I love it.
The segment.
We're ending on education.
That is true. That is true. So go to our website. We'll find the information. Go to lulu.com, search FanGirling, and you'll get her book. So you're going to want to because it's a great read.
I said everybody's doing it.
Yes. Well, thanks again for coming on, and we'll have you on again. Hopefully not in 2 years, but sooner than that. But we'll have you on again, and we can talk about other stuff.
All right, that'll give me motivation to make sure other stuff happens.
Yes, yes. We'll talk about your next book.
All right, sounds good.
That we all want to hear about the fandom.
I want it.
Yeah,
I want that book.
Yeah. So get on it.
All right.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
So that was a great episode.
That was a fantastic episode. But
Yes.
you know what else is fantastic?
What's that? Because this is Sunday night. We decided to re-record the outro for you guys because something happened on Friday night.
And if you don't know, well, you're gonna know.
That's true.
So Adam Ray did a live
Zoom
like
comedy show.
Yeah, like it was his podcast.
Right.
Like he did a podcast, like a live podcast on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Here. There we go. And one of his guests was Joey McIntyre.
Yes.
And there was a VIP after.
Yes, and we happened to get VIP.
So which we paid for. Like VIP wasn't just granted to people. Like
Right.
we paid for it.
I was like, Brooke, I'm gonna buy us VIP. Like,
It was the
we're just
best
gonna
bargain. It was a deal. It was a steal of a
Brooke
deal.
really didn't have a choice in the matter. I was gonna buy it anyway, and she was gonna go because I just figured. I honestly, I did not know if Joe was gonna be there or not, but I
Right.
just figured, why not? Adam Ray is hilarious. I'd
Yeah.
love to meet him. So
I'd like to have him on the podcast.
I would love to have him on the podcast. I think he would be a riot, and I think that he would like connect with us because he's into 80s and 90s stuff too.
So, and we've and you know, we may have reached out to him in the past, and maybe we'll have to be more persistent, and we'll reach out to him more in the future.
That is the truth. I get,
But-
like Kelly said, persistence pays off. I
Yes.
guess that's something he said.
Speaking of being persistent
Yes. Well, speaking of being persistent,
and trying to get someone on the podcast,
yes,
somebody,
yes,
a wonderful person
yes,
by the name of Joy,
yes.
took her moment
This was
Her
her
moment.
moment. This was her moment. Okay, so
to
this was,
ask
yes.
Joey anything,
Right.
and she asked him to be on our podcast. Please,
sure
please,
did.
please, please, please.
Just like that.
And guess what?
Guess
said.
what? Guess what he said?
So he said that. Well, wait, how did he put it? It was
Long
It was
overdue or something
long
like that.
overdue. Yes, because he knows we've been asking.
We have been asking and asking and asking. And you guys, it's seriously, just like
yes.
Joy said, it takes a village. And you
Yes.
guys are our village. And you guys, we couldn't have done this without you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, from the video that Jade created to you guys, when you had moments with Joe saying, you got to go on the My So-Called Whatever podcast. Like, seriously.
Right, exactly. So we are obviously this happened Friday.
Right.
Today is Sunday. We haven't heard from
His people.
his management or
Yeah.
anything. We haven't heard from his people.
But it's the weekend.
Right. It's still the weekend.
Yeah.
We are looking forward to hearing from them
Yeah.
and getting it on the books.
Yeah. It's going to be
And-
exciting. I
Well-
am.
Obviously, this is going to be like life made right here.
So, never in a million years, when I was that little girl making those paper plates, taking that grass off that lawn that wasn't Joey McIntyre's, would I ever dream, even when we started the podcast and we did it, let's just be honest, this wouldn't have started if he hadn't have sang to me. Like, it just,
Right.
it wouldn't have started. It wouldn't have gone. And who knows, maybe something else may have sparked it, but I doubt it. But never in a million years would I dream that I'd be able to thank him for that. And also like talk to him and have a conversation and hang out. Like,
Right.
never in a million years. And I really hope it happens. I really,
Yeah.
really do.
It looks like that could be on our nearer future. So
Yeah.
we're super excited.
We are super excited.
And we thank you guys for always supporting us and being there for us and helping us to make this happen.
Yes.
And Joy, you know what you did.
You know what you did, Joy. We love you.
We love you so much.
And thank you to everyone else too. Everyone else. It truly takes a village. Like
Sure does.
I know a bunch of you have also, with your moment, have talked to him, and we appreciate that so much. So
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, for real. Absolutely. We appreciate you.
Yes. So
Yay.
So Brooke and I were thinking that, and we're going to preface this by saying there's absolutely no way that we can promise you that this is going to happen. Like, absolutely zero promise. Like, it might not happen. So you got to go with it thinking that this might not happen. Okay. But if you did have a question that you wanted to ask Joe, that wasn't like a personal question. Like, do you remember me from 1987 when I was in the, you know what I mean? Like not,
When I was in the third row when I was wearing the hot pink hat.
Right.
And the
right. And I know probably you guys wouldn't ask that kind of question, but I'm just putting it out there. But if you have like you've always wanted to know something, and we cannot guarantee that we're going to use it. We absolutely cannot guarantee we're going to use it, and there's no hard feelings. You have to promise.
Yeah, pinky promise, you guys.
Pinky promise that you will not get upset if we do not use yours, because it's honestly it's the luck of the draw. It really is, and it might be a transition into our conversation or something. And we might not be able to use any of them. We may not use any of them, just so you know. But if you do have one, why don't you email it to us at mysocalledwhatever@gmail.com and put in the subject line Joey McIntyre question. And possibly
if we use it,
great.
And it, like Nikki said, it might be something that comes up like a segue into something else, or but it would be really cool if you guys wanted to do that. We'd love to try to incorporate whatever we can into it.
Right. So so we'll just put that out there.
So guys, thank
you, and thanks for listening to this episode. Make sure you go and get Kaira's book. We have information on how to get it on our website. It's I'm Fangirling Snarky Stories and Boyband Memories by Kaira Williams. So please go and check that out.
Woohoo!
All right, that's it.
Hey guys. So
thanks.
We'll see you next time.
See you later. I'll be loving you forever. Bye.
Bye.